Tonight is on an island. It's about time we're making up. I told you wasn't with you waking up. Now you facilitate.
Hello and welcome back to a brand new video. Welcome to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Today I wanted to talk about the drama that happened on TikTok last week with Cindy and Pumpkin, and just my opinion, my thoughts. So much went wrong there, and I feel like that's just like a warning sign to other women, especially if you are the kind of woman that is interested in like dating up and dating older wealthy men and things like that, or wealthier men. There are some things that you need to remember when dating these type of men, because things can go wrong very easily, really fast, as we can see. And you know, these are just my thoughts and my opinions. Again, I really do feel bad for her. I feel like it's one thing to go through, you know, something traumatic or disrespectful like that in private, but when it's all open in the public like that, it's like another layer. It's very embarrassing, I can assume, and I really do wish the best for her and her child. You know, she just gave birth to a baby, but there are some lessons here that I hope that you all can learn from, and learn not to make the same mistakes if this is the kind of lifestyle, or these are the kind of men that you want to date or eventually marry. I have been following Cindy just recently, to be honest. I didn't follow her for a long time. She would always pop up on my For You page on TikTok, but honestly, I wasn't really interested in her life with that man. It was just, for me, I just wasn't really interested in it. I started following her more when she got pregnant, because she had put so much of her relationship online. And you know, from what I had seen previously in her other videos, was that he was whining, dining her. They were going on trips, they were living together, he was buying her all these nice gifts. You know, she wasn't working. So it would, I guess, if you are looking for a certain type of relationship, like age gap relationship or a relationship with older wealthier men, that was kind of like the ideal. You know, living in a nice penthouse, it looked like apartment. He got her a brand new car 3 months into dating, so it was looking like everything was good up until she got pregnant, and that's where things went left. I was actually on TikTok live that night when all the drama went in, when he was saying that he was going to take her to court and call immigration on her, and the police were called. I actually was on live watching it, and I'm not gonna lie, at first, before that night, I was kind of wondering, like, is this for clout, or like, are they trying to get more followers? Because I know he had made a TikTok page as well, so I'm like, is he trying to get more followers, or are they trying to get more followers as a couple? Like, what's really going on here? But that night, when everything went down and I watched it, when I tell you guys, my heart was beating through my chest, because I was like, oh my God, like, with her child there, all these things going on, just the disgusting things he was saying to her was just insane to me. And that's when I knew, like, oh, this is real life. This is not for play or for clout or for followers. Like, this is legit what is really going on in their relationship. So there are a few things that I feel like is important to take away from this situation. One of the first things is to never think that you are an exception to anything. I've said this and a lot of these things I've already said before, but people like to say that, or people were saying that I was wrong. People on TikTok were trying to drag me, all this stuff. And listen, I know what I'm talking about, okay? And when I say never think that you are not an exception, I genuinely mean that. For some reason, women like to get into relationships with men that have a history or track record of being bad partners. And we know that he has a history of not being a good partner. I mean, people dug up his personal business. They found out he had 2 ex-wives. One of the wives aired out everything. She even said that she moved out of Georgia or wherever they're from to get away from him and his toxic life, whatever. So obviously there is something wrong with him. Obviously he is not the most ideal partner, but for some reason, us women, when we see that men do these terrible things to these other women, or that they might have mistreated other women, we like to believe, oh, but he wouldn't do that to me. You know, he wouldn't hurt me. He wouldn't do me how he did her because of X, Y, and Z. The fact of the matter is, you are not an exception. And 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, if a man is a bad person, he's just a bad person. And he's more than likely going to hurt whoever he is with. The amount of like self-awareness that it takes for a man to really be like, okay, like something is genuinely wrong with me and I'm the one who needs to change. A lot of men don't have that, unfortunately. They don't. So you are gambling a lot and risking a lot going into these really intimate and personal relationships with these men that have never treated any woman right or in a good manner. You are not an exception. He's not just gonna wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm gonna treat you the best. Like, no, like 9 times out of 10, a man who treats every single woman that he's been with, if he's treated her wrong, you're just gonna be the 3rd or the 4th or whatever number you are. Like, that's just how that goes. And so that's just one thing that I feel like it's very important. You know, if you're gonna be dating men, just men in general, you need to really look at this man's history and see like what type of character does he have? What is his history like with women of his past? Do they have nice things to say about him? Do they have nothing to say about him? You know, why did they break up? What happened? And really take that into account, because me personally, I do not recommend getting into relationships with men that have not had good relationships with women, period, because they're probably just gonna do the same thing to you or do something worse to you. Like that's just how it goes. The second thing that I wanted to point out, which is also something that I said in a previous video, treat your boyfriends like your boyfriends and stop treating them like husbands, okay? So many of her videos were all about her relationship with Pumpkin. They were about her cooking for him, cleaning for him, doing everything. Literally, she was like a playing wife in this man's penthouse or whatever the case may be. You guys need to stop doing that with men who are not married to you, okay? Like, you cannot do this stuff for them. They take advantage of it every single time. No one benefits from that but them. You're the one getting the short end of the stick, doing all of these wife things for a man that has not made you a wife. One thing that she said a lot too was when she got pregnant that, you know, he said he wanted to get married. He said he wanted to have a baby with me, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that's what men say all the time. Like, men say that to women all the time. The amount of men from my past that have literally told me this, I would have a bunch of kids right now if that was really the case. Like, don't listen to what men say. Listen and look at what men do, okay? If that man wanted to make you a wife, he would have put a ring on it and he would have married you. Not anything else. No words, not a bunch of, you know, future faking. If that man wants to make you a wife, then he can make you a wife with a ring and a proposal and a marriage certificate and a wedding. That's it. There's no other way around it. You guys need to stop treating your boyfriends like husbands. You're the one that's going to get cheated, not him. Okay? Dynamics change. I really feel like and I don't know their relationship too much, so I don't want to speak too much on like what I think versus what I actually seen on social media, but they do have an age gap relationship. For all we know, you know, he never really had intentions of this going any farther than what it was when she wasn't pregnant, you know? He might have just been like, this is my fun girl for the moment, and she ended up getting pregnant, and now the relationship is no longer fun for him. So just be careful, you guys. If it's possible to avoid having kids with men that are not, you know, it is possible. It is possible. So do not have kids with men that you're not married to. Do not do, you know, wifely duties and move in with men that you're not married to. I really don't think you should move in with a man that you're not married to. Maybe like if you guys are engaged and then you want to move in just to see what it's like living with him, sure. But I don't really agree with that. I just don't. Because I feel like you're going to put yourself in a situation where you're going to end up doing wife things for a man that's not your husband. I do not agree with that. The third thing that I want to point out from this situation is to keep your stuff private, okay? Keep your relationships private. Keep all of this stuff private. You know, what people don't know, they cannot come for, they cannot mess up or destroy. When you are dating in this, I guess, I don't know, in this part of, you know, age gap and wealthy men and all of that stuff, understand that when you start showing all of these gifts and all of these trips and everything, you are essentially putting like a light on your life. And I'm not saying to not show off your gifts, not show off your lavish trips, whatever. Like, if that's what you want to do, like, go ahead and do it. But I personally would never post a man or the man who is sponsoring all of this stuff, because this lifestyle can be very cutthroat and people can get very jealous very easily. You know, people can put two and two together and dox him, which is what happened in this situation. You know, she never posted him, but little things here and there. The internet did what they needed to do, and they found out who this man was. They found out how many kids he had, who he was married to previously, where he worked at, what he looked like. They found out everything about this man when she really didn't have any intentions of showing this man's face. And now everybody knows what he looks like, because she was always promoting, you know, this lifestyle. And like, again, I don't have anything against women showing their gifts and their trips and stuff like that, but I really feel like keep posting a man to a very, very, very minimum. Don't do it at all unless that's your husband, okay? But I do not recommend that. People are very, very cutthroat in this lifestyle. Women will try to find out who that man is and try to go behind your back and talk to him, whatever. People will try to find out his information and dox him. You just don't want to deal with all of that drama. It's just too much drama, in my opinion. So keep it on a minimum of just like posting gifts and trips, but you don't have to post his voice, his nothing. You don't have to, okay? It's not your husband. It's better to keep things private, because then if something does go wrong, you don't have to sit here and explain to people what's going on. Everyone is not in your business, and there's so much power in privacy. I feel like that's one of her mistakes, was being so open about everything. You know, I really wish that she was more private with her life and all of that. And, you know, like I said, it wouldn't have made what happened any less hurtful for her, but at least she wouldn't have all of this like public scrutiny that she has now. And it's just a really unfortunate situation. And like I said, men will switch up on you in a heartbeat. Don't ever think can't be you. Be smart, be safe, make your own money. You know, if you're not working and he's, you know, taking care of your lifestyle, You need to be putting money on the side. You need to be having him give you money every week and putting that bank account together, because she wasn't leaving the apartment. And I really wasn't understanding why, but I'm going to assume that it's because she doesn't have any money to leave, because I don't understand why anyone would stay in that situation. And if she had money to leave, you know, she'd be able to just get up and go and not even have to see that man anymore. And safety is always your most important thing when it comes to these situations. You just want to be smart and play it safe. You have to think about the worst possible outcome when you're in these type of situations, because it can happen to you. And it's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to be private than have everybody know your business. And, you know, like I said, I feel really, really bad for her. You know, I do feel like she made a lot of mistakes. Of course, I do not agree with majority of the stuff that she did in her relationship, but I don't wish bad on any woman, and I definitely don't wish bad on her. And it can happen to anybody. You know, you could be the most safe and whatever person, and it can happen to you too. So I don't judge women for what they went through, but I just hope that this is a lesson to women in this type of lifestyle, and to just be smart and always put yourself first and do what's best for you. You know, don't let men convince you to give them children and do things for them and they're not married to you. Like, we have to be smarter. It's 2023. We have to be smarter with our choices and our decisions, okay? So I hope this video helped with, you know, just some thoughts maybe that people may have had, or, you know, put some different view or perspective into this whole situation. Be safe, ladies, be smart, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.